Alright guys, for today's video I've got the 12-foot tall Gemmy Airblown inflatable haunted house being sold at Sam's Club this year for $200 and roughly $40. This is an incredible design, very cool. For sure a candidate for inflatable of the year. I like it a lot. It's not quite on the level of the old haunted houses. This is definitely the modernized version of a Gemmy haunted house, but nevertheless, very nice to see. I got this thanks to my friend Jeremy, who picked it up for me and shipped it. I paid $45 to ship it, and a Sam's Club membership, I believe, is right around 45 bucks. So it saved me the drive, it saved me the gas, which is that's at a premium right now. It's just very cool. I think I lucked out in terms of purchasing this inflatable. I didn't even know if my Sam's Club had any around me. I called a few times and they did not. So I figured might as well just have him buy one for me and I would pay him back easy. Now the box is actually a little smaller than your average haunted house boxes. The average haunted house boxes are no average boxes by any means. They're enormous if you own one. This box is, I think, pretty manageable. It's definitely very big for an inflatable, but it's not quite on their level. It's a little bit smaller. It is, granted, a smaller haunted house. It's got a little bit of a tunnel vibe, less so of an actual, kind of place to be in. You kind of just walk through it. It's basically a very souped up archway, if you will. You can see there, members mark, 12 feet tall, pre-lit inflatable haunted house. You've got your micro LED lights, the interior rotating projection light show, and then there's a picture of that down here as well. So excited for it. You can see the dimensions. 12 feet tall. Now the pillar is 12 feet. There were a lot of people who were thinking, oh my god, I can put my skelly inside this haunted house. Yeah, no, you can't do that because the pillar is 12 feet tall. I would say the roof is probably about 9. You can fit probably something in here, but it's not going to be a 12-foot prop from Home Depot. Like, that's just not going to happen. So there will probably be a few disappointed people, but just, read the description and you're not going to be disappointed if you actually pay attention to what it's saying. Anyway, I think that is that. Let's go ahead and open it up. Now you can see with this one, it's just one giant ass flap. My haunted castle, at least, you would just cut it down the middle, so that's a little bit different. I'm not sure what the case is for the other haunted houses. There is no other box inside, so this thing is just plopped right down there. That's kind of common with really big inflatables, is they don't like to put another box inside. Here are the stakes, 4 plastic stakes, 4 spiral stakes, and then of course your really crappy fan stakes that never use them. All right, instructions, and then let's attempt to get this out of the box. I will try my best. Find the bag. Okay, so I believe this thing is equipped with a YEF 200. Here are the roof patterns, the kind of circles to replicate the shingles. You've got your fuzzy material for the pumpkin. I actually do like that. It's very vibrant. And then of course the more fuzzy sparkly material for the spider. Spread it out a bit more. You can see the kind of the top of the roof, and then the purple and the black color scheme, which I did previously state I'm not a fan of it, but honestly I've kind of just got to accept it at this point. I believe this is the projector that I'm feeling. Yes, it is. All right, so it kind of looks like a just an orb, essentially. You can see the ghost there, and then just all around it as well. The fan is hiding underneath the pumpkin. Pop the legs out. There really is no need for me to open it up. It's a YF 200. You guys should know what they look like. I'm seeing if there's really anything else I kind of want to discuss before inflating it. Let's see. Well, here are the torches, if you care about seeing those deflated. There's so many zippers on this thing. We're going to go through every little detail of this, so don't worry. Let's go ahead and inflate it. Oh boy, it's something to see. It's a very cool inflatable. Highly recommend it. There are definitely some flaws with this haunted house, like really any haunted house. It wouldn't be a haunted house without some serious issues, but its wow factor comes at a price, Now as we start off with the pillar, this is 12 feet tall. You have some green LED eyes for the 2 skulls in each of the windows. You've got your spider here, which seems to be adding weight to this part of the haunted house, and that's prevalent up there. You can see the crease. I'll admit a YEF 200 is actually not enough for this inflatable. It needs a 125 and probably a 200. I see myself, if not this year, adding another fan, probably a 125, because it just needs a little bit more of a boost. It's not quite there. Like really any restoration of a haunted house, you're either gonna add a fan, you're gonna coat it. In my case, just add a fan. I don't know where I would add the fan, maybe in the back pillar. It inflates pretty decent, but if I go up to it, I can push in on that. All right, it's not super tight. It does not want to explode. Other than that, it's a very good looking design. I mean, the pumpkin looks phenomenal. You've got the RIP tombstone with the, I like my 4.5 foot short circuit tombstone from Lowe's 2020. Same kind of pattern on that. You can see the RIP, a little bit of detailing right there. And of course your ghost. Now, I don't know if this is technically short circuit. It has the short circuit effect, but it's not the color of like a typical short circuit. I don't know why it's, there we go. All right, so now it's blinking. The ghost up at the top also has that. It would be weird if they didn't have the same lighting. Now there's a steady burn C7 and the Happy Halloween sign towards the top. You've got blinking C7s in each of the torches, which I really like. I love it when they put blinking C7s in any kind of fire aspect of an inflatable. The micro LED outlines the entrance. It does blink as well. I don't really think it needs to. I would be fine if that was just constant. Not really bad or good. We'll make our way around the back side of the inflatable. It's got your long tethers, which it needs. There's a back view of it. You've got your 2 short circuits in the back of the pillar. These are your typical color of a short circuit, right? That's what you would think of when you say, oh, this inflatable has short circuit. That's what comes to mind. The projector located right here. And we will take a look at that obviously at night. Here is a view of the roof, really crouching down to get a better angle of it. I do apologize for any wind noise. I think we're about to have a storm, so I do have to be quick with this. You can see, yeah, just how much it's flapping in the breeze. In total, this comes with 8 tether attachments, 4 for the actual tethers, and then 4 at the bottom. So they basically are on each of the corners. So there's one right there, another one, I think, yep, right there, the third there, and then lastly, one right here. Like I said, it has 5 zippers. Yes, 5 zippers. Crazy. The first, obviously, being with the YEF 200. Got to remember exactly where it is. Yep. All right. So right there, that's your second one. You've got your third, which is on this side. Right there. Another here. So this would be, let's see, where is it? Yep. That's your fourth right there. And then the fifth one is up top, or not really up top, but it's up a bit. It's at the back, essentially, of the entrance. So easily access the C7 there. It's got a lot to it. This is a very interesting view of the ghost. You can actually see the bottom of it. I think the air comes from not the bottom, but from basically the side, the very lower portion of the ghost. So it'll come from the roof into there, and then it just sits essentially on top of this kind of net up there. You can see also the spider, the shadow of it against the roof. I do love the shingle detailing. I think it looks great. I just wish it was a little bit more consistent. For example, if we look at the top of the pillar, it's not present. And to me, that's kind of a inconsistency. So they really should have done that also here as well. I think they should have just taken it really a step further. They could have done that. I think it would have looked better. It's not very noticeable. I don't think anyone is going to be thinking, oh, wow, I wish they put shingles all the way around. But to me, to collectors like us, we think about these things. And it's raining. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I'll see you next time. Peace out. Bye. Now the rain has let up a little bit, and I didn't think that was a very good way to send off this review for such a special inflatable. So there's a few more things I would like to say. If you can hear the thunder in the background, I'll make this quick. It leans forward naturally. It's just how it wants to be. You can't really fix that because the tether attachment is not on the actual bottom of the pillar. It's connected to this part of the haunted house. So Can't do anything with that. If you pull the pillar, it really won't do much at all. You can see, just like this. Yeah, it's gonna go straight back. So unfortunately, it's just a product of its design. You're gonna have to live with it. If you have it angled like it's supposed to be on the box, it's not really an issue. It leans more to the left than it does forward. And then if you have it head on, which I almost prefer the head on, I don't know what you guys prefer, but I kind of like the head on look a little bit better. Let me know your thoughts in the comments though. Yeah, so it looks good from a lot of angles, just really not this one. I don't like that look. Just trying to see any other angles that look good. You really can't have it like this, because then that exposes the lack of like the window paneling on the side. That's one thing that they kind of faulted on, was they put the window paneling at the side for that, as well as on the pillar, but not on that other side. So I think that's a little cheap. It's odd. I almost think that this side of the haunted house looks better. I don't know why. Maybe because it stands a little bit more straight up than the other. You guys know, like, my plans change for the display constantly because I'm striving for perfection. So right now I have it going to be angled at about like this, I think. I'm not going to tell you where it's going to go as of now, but I will say that when you look at it from the road, it's going to look about like that. I won't have the skeletons facing directly at you. It will be more of, you know, kind of an in-between. So it's whatever. I think it's going to look really good. I'm very optimistic. As we take a look at the back just one more time, I forgot to mention this, but the short circuit is actually all synchronized. So when it blinks in the pillar, it's going to blink in each of the two ghosts. I'm not surprised they did that, because I think they want it to be a little bit more of a wow factor. I think it's going to look better that they're all synchronized at the same time. You know, it would have been kind of cool if they could have as many different things, you know, blinking on and off at the same time. They didn't go that route. Still, I don't think that's really, you know, an issue. I think that's just something that it has, and figured I would take note of. You know, that's definitely something to note about this inflatable. I don't know, it just seems like this, like, I guess, quarter of the haunted house, looking at it, I don't know, I just like it more. It seems to not be leaning quite as much. So let me fix the little straps wrapped around the torch, and there we go. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Peace out.